On this episode of Designing Spaces, tips for choosing the perfect pool, a locally owned custom home building company, interior plant care, important roofing solutions for harsh weather, plus lots more. It's time to design. Let's go. Are you looking for pool installation services? For most people, a pool is their largest purchase after the house. It's imperative that before you sign anything, you make sure that your contractor is experienced, licensed, and knowledgeable about all aspects of the pool building process.
South Shore Gunite is set apart from a lot of other pool companies, or every other pool company, based on education and continuing education and the knowledge that we have. My average person has been with our company 15 years. I've got many people at 20, 25. I even have half a dozen at 30. So what we do is we try to hire people with skills, and then we teach them the way that it should be done correctly. It's all about the proper training and the proper supervision. South Shore Gunite has 3 residential supervisors. I don't think anybody else has. They're lucky if they have 1 maybe, and with limited experience.
Since 1975, SSG Pools and Spas has been the New England region's go-to pool contractors. On an average day, they dispatch 180 employees and 80 trucks. Make sure to wave when you see one of the fleet drive by.
When you've been doing this for 50 years, you know a little bit. Pool builders now are either sons of pool builders who never stepped out of the office, or they're salesmen that bought the company. They're hiring subcontractors with absolutely no qualifications. Because of my structural engineer, Norm Cody, we use 20% more rebar in a swimming pool than every single other competitor of mine. We also use more gunite or shotcrete. I've invested a ton of money to making sure that we do the best gunite, and I'm the only one that does that.
The pool material the South Shore Gunite uses is shotcrete. It is basically a mixture of concrete, has all the properties of regular poured concrete, except it's formulated to be able to shoot through a nozzle. Experienced applicator can do really complicated surfaces that you can't realistically form with forms. So it's a superior material for pool building. When I'm reviewing the plans that come from me from South Shore Gunite, I'm looking at it from a structural engineering perspective. Proper rebar detailing and the complex structures. And of course I check the quantities for the meet ACI 318 building code with minimum temperature and shrinkage, and anything that's flexural, like a wall that has to do some resisting work. I have to check that carefully with calculations to make sure that's the proper amount of steel. If we have unusual subsurface conditions, we will call in expertise from soils engineers. So when the drawings come to me, I have a watchful eye on what's going on with the reinforcing detailing.
Regular maintenance ensures the longevity of your pool.
Pool maintenance is extremely important. It's all about the comfort that you have in a swimming pool. You've got to have a certain amount of chlorine, because that's the only disinfectant that's available that has a residual value, which means it's always in the water. And then you have to have the proper pH. Having a swimming pool is all about pH. When you put salt in a swimming pool and it goes through a chlorine generator, it produces chlorine. It's plain and simple. It's chlorine. Ultraviolet disinfection. We use that on all our pools. It actually uses less chlorine, and instead of having 3 parts per million chlorine like you would with salt, you only have 1 part, which is the minimum for safe pools. We're actually having less chlorine in our pools. South Shore provides a lot of different services. They all stem from what I've done in my history. You know, I don't build houses, I don't dig foundations, I don't do all these other things. That's why we do what we do and do it well. Do the best you can until you know better, then do better. That's from Maya Angelou, and I have lived by that since the day I bought South Shore Gunite.
To find out more about SSG Pools and Spas design, Visit ssgpools.com or designingspaces.tv. Building a custom home is a significant undertaking. It's crucial that you choose a reliable and reputable contractor. Let's speak to the experts from Sand Dollar Customs for tips on how to make your dream home a reality.
I've been building and remodeling homes on Cape Cod since 1986. During that same period, I was a local police officer on Cape Cod. It was not uncommon for homeowners to come into the police department to complain that they had been taken advantage of by a local contractor. We developed a list of questions that homeowners can ask contractors that will help them to avoid a potentially bad contractor. Are you a licensed construction supervisor? Are you a licensed home improvement contractor? Do you have workers' comp insurance? Do you have liability insurance? And lastly, if you work on my home, are you going to apply for a permit? If the contractor says no to any one of those questions, it's probably best that you move on to another contractor. So you're looking for someone who's been in the business for many years, is reliable, is reputable, and particularly on Cape Cod, everyone knows everybody, so it's good to ask around to get as much information about that contractor as you can.
On the initial consultation with the clients, we generally try to get a feel for how the people like to live, how they enjoy their non-professional time, so to speak, so we can kind of understand the dynamic and get in their minds and try to see what they're envisioning as a finished product. Communication throughout the process is the only thing that generally holds a relationship together with a client and contractor.
Sand Dollar Customs have the skill and experience to help bring your vision to life, whether it's a full home build, renovation, or kitchen remodel.
We are a full-service construction company. We do residential, commercial, light industrial, new construction homes. We remodel homes, bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels. We'll put additions on homes, second floors on homes. We'll build garages. Light industrial, we build contractor bays. We're pretty experienced in all phases of construction, and there's not many things that come across our desk that we can't handle.
Cape Cod is unique in that we have a lot of conservation area. We deal with a lot of different historic districts. Those are primarily the big separators from here and other parts of the country. So we like things that utilize the mind a bit more than building a box. The concept of building boat bars from actual boats that come out of the water, working on projects that have irregular shapes, irregular sizes. The more challenging aspects of construction is what we are more passionate about.
From conception to completion, you'll enjoy unmatched accessibility from a team who truly cares about your project.
Working with Sand Dollar Customs Homes has been a great experience. Communication's been great. It's been a long project. It's been a lot of work, but it's been super working with Sand Dollar.
We met with Rob and we just felt like we clicked. We felt comfortable with him. He had a lot of pointers, things that we could think about. They never pressured us, you have to do this or you have to do that. But if we had questions or we weren't sure about how to approach something or a way to handle something, they would go over all the pros and cons with us, but they would leave the final decision to us. They go above and beyond to try and help you and make you feel comfortable with the choices that you're making and the decisions that you've made.
We're becoming empty nesters and closer to retirement. We want the first floor living, and it's just what a transformation. We're thrilled.
Being part of a community and helping others is something that Sand Dollar Customs is extremely proud of.
We get involved in many local charities and organizations. We're passionate about supporting local veterans who have fallen upon hard times. We have a passion for helping families who have young children who are ill. We also work with the local police department, and when officers are injured, we'll go into the homes and we'll do work to modify the house to make it accessible so that the officers can come back and live in their house.
If it's something that we can physically do with our hands to help someone, that's more gratifying than just simply providing a check.
To find out more about Sand Dollar Customs, visit sanddollarcustoms.com and designingspaces.tv. Nature is important to our well-being. It grounds us and can generate many positive emotions. Having plants in our immediate environment not only beautifies the space, but also provides us with a wide variety of additional health benefits. Let's learn more.
Plants help create a healthy environment in the built environment because they help clean the air, they make you feel better, they reduce your stress levels, increase your productivity. Cityscapes incorporates biophilic design in the workplace by adding interior landscaping, living walls, anything that has to do with plants and anything that mimics nature. Biophilic design is an approach to interior design that aims at connecting the building occupants more closely to nature. It's important as a design concept considering people spend an average roughly of 90% of time indoors, except for myself, of course, because I am a tree hugger and I spend a lot of time outdoors. But when I am indoors, I like to be surrounded by things that remind me of nature.
More than just pretty to look at, plants have been shown to increase productivity and creativity in the workplace.
Designing biophilic spaces includes plantings and other organic textures incorporated into a workspace. Designing for health and wellness, one of my favorite parts of biophilia. I do it 3 main ways. One is by choosing organic textures for the plant containers. Sometimes they're barnacle textured. We have some cool ones that are volcanic rock or other types of stone to continue the organic feel from the green to the container as well. We also place them in strategic spots throughout the space so that the placement is impactful and you can see it from multiple locations or multiple vantage points throughout the office. Another way to place plants is to use plantings to separate workspaces so that people can collaborate in a more community way to prevent feeling any social isolation at work. Plants increase productivity and creativity in the workplace by fostering a feeling of relaxation, tranquility, which helps employees focus better on their work at hand and also provides an opportunity to be more creative.
Pushing plant design to the limit, Cityscapes Inc. does it all, from installation to maintenance.
We were one of the first in the United States to do living walls. We do moss walls, our new product lines such as living ceilings, plant pillars that are made of plants. Living furniture. It's a furniture with a biophilic twist. We have created coffee tables and bar top tables and conference tables that have plants incorporated into them. It's where nature fuses with function. Cityscapes design, installation and maintenance has been the core of our existence for 30 years. We design with their lighting in mind, with their aesthetic in mind. We like to match their furnishings, their artwork, and then we install the plants and then we maintain them on a guaranteed basis. Guaranteed meaning it's like an insurance policy. We go in on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, maintain the plants, keep them looking beautiful. If any of them fail for some reason, then we replace them for free. Sustainability for us is very important. We recycle our plastic containers, plant vessels that are made locally when we can, that they are recycled, that they're made of organic products. That has been a very big trend. The fiberglass containers of the past aren't as prevalent as now, using stone, cement, organic materials like that, plus it matches the environment.
The business that I deal with is commercial real estate investment, office buildings and retail developments. Plant maintenance and interior landscaping improves the curb appeal of the building. Tenants that are out on the market looking for space are generally attracted to buildings that have a green feel to them when you enter the lobby. Working with Jan and Cityscapes, it's a very collaborative effort. Ideas are bounced back and forth, thoughts about the end result are discussed, and the project is really a culmination of that effort and that communication. Jan's passion for her profession and the world of biophilic design is impressive.
Helping the community to understand the transformational power of plants is an important part of the business plan.
We created a roaming greenhouse that gives back to charity called Transplanted. The truck's name is Sprout, and to date we've donated over $40,000 worth of charitable donations to local companies and national nonprofits such as St. Jude, the Boys and Girls Club, Break Time. The other beautiful thing about the Transplanted truck, we go to our clients' buildings and they pick the charity that they'd like all of the profits that we do that day to go to that charity.
For more information about Cityscapes Inc., visit their website, bostoncityscapes.com. And of course, visit our website, designingspaces.tv. solar panels are a great way to save energy, resources, and money. Are you ready to harness the power of the sun? Here's some tips on how you can go solar simply.
The biggest benefits for going solar are obviously the savings and the environmental reasons. In the last 6 years that I've been doing solar, the majority of the people that did end up going solar are doing for the financial reasons. They want to save on electricity, and if they can help the environment, that's just a bonus for them. Solar has grown tremendously in terms of the technology, in terms of what we can offer, financing options, and simplicity of doing the project.
Protect your financial well-being while protecting the well-being of our planet's future.
Outside of eliminating your utility bill completely or reducing it significantly, there are federal incentives, which gives you 30% federal tax credit. So for example, if your solar project was $30,000, $9,000 will be returned to you via federal tax credit. There's also state credit of $1,000, so about 33 to 35% of your entire solar project comes back to you via taxes. The administration just increased the tax credit for the next 10 years. When you do a solar project, it locks you into a fixed rate of what you're going to pay for the next 10 to 15 years, whereas the utility company can raise your rates at any given point. We just recently here in Massachusetts had a 64% increase. A lot more people are looking at their bills and then trying to find a way of saving, and when they see more solar panels on the roof, they're not seeing as a negative or aesthetically unpleasing to the eye. It's becoming a norm here in the area.
Critical Mass Solar helps homeowners to explore all the different solar options that are available.
There are other options out there, but with the existing structure of the house and the roof, it makes it most cost efficient and the easiest way to produce your own energy that would offset your electrical bill and help the environment. I start the entire process with the pre-approval from the utility company. Then we do electrical and building permit. Once that is in hand, we schedule the installation. Installation takes anywhere between 1 to 3 days, and after that we have the building and electrical inspection here in town. They sign off and we have to submit everything back to the utility company for the meter swap in order to start registering your solar production. Ideally, you want to place the solar panels on the southern facing roof. However, where we are in terms of a geographical location here in Massachusetts, east and west roof with a certain pitch is also a very feasible option. But ideally, if you have a southern roof, it just provides you longer production hours during the day.
For me, the thing that was important about Critical Mass was I truly felt like the conversation I had with them, they were making sure they were doing the right thing for me. I actually sent Critical Mass out to my cousin's house to look at installing solar, and they actually recommended that for their house and their location, it wasn't a good fit. And for me, when a contractor will go out and actually recommend against doing a project at someone's house, it truly shows that they always have the client's best interest in heart. The best part for me of working with Critical Mass was the communication start to finish. Of course, something like solar being put on your house can cause a little bit of anxiety. There's a lot going on, and always having the communication and the update as to what was going to be going on each step of the way, and just the people you worked with, you trusted them, you knew they had your best interests in heart, and that was very calming for me as a homeowner. This summer, I actually wasn't paying anything for electric, typically $150 a month in the summer with AC running. I was actually banking money throughout the summer. I do have mini splits, I have a new construction house, so I am all electric. So because of that, of course, I still have a bill during the winters, but I'm saving $100, $200 a month on my electric bill.
Clean, powerful energy has never been more affordable and available than it is today. Go solar now.
There are many different options to go solar, from leasing to PPAs, power purchase agreements, and purchase options. Do your research, do many quotes, and choose what's best for you and your family. By going solar, you are reducing, and in most cases, eliminating your bill, helping the environment, and protecting yourself from the increases from the utility company.
Want to know more about Critical Mass Solar? Visit criticalmasssolar.com and visit us at designingspaces.tv.
Some Americans want to age in place at home, while others will consider independent, assisted living, or retirement communities. Atria Senior Living is dedicated to creating vibrant communities where older adults are encouraged to lead active, engaged lives. Learn why more than 45,000 people choose to call Atria Senior Living home.
The biggest selling points are really the amenities and the services that we provide. The dining experience at Atria is something I'm really proud of. Making sure that our residents are eating is something that's important to families. And knowing that mom's not skipping a meal or dad's not missing a meal, we're gonna know if someone's not at the table. When a resident moves into our community, included in their rent is housekeeping. So things like dusting, cleaning, changing the sheets, making the bed, making sure the apartment is nice and clean and fresh. They don't have to worry about that anymore. So each community has a different variety of floor plans and offerings. Some may have studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, some even have a 3-bedroom. Atria Senior Living was the first senior housing provider to mandate that all staff and residents be vaccinated. We are proud to say that we are over 99% vaccinated. We set up clinics in each of our communities so that our residents and staff has easy accessibility to the vaccine. Another great convenience that we offer is taking our residents to doctor's appointments off-site. We provide assistance with telemed appointments, which is becoming even more popular. All of our communities have staff available 24/7.
Holly and H.J. Browning met while working together at an insurance agency. They quickly fell in love and have been married for 64 years. Several years ago, they began looking into senior living options. Early in their search, the couple toured Atria Newport Beach in California and were so impressed they reserved an apartment before the community was built. They officially made the move last January. A year later, they haven't looked back.
We call this our forever home.
This place makes you live again. The people who live in this place, they're the friendliest bunch of people that you could ever find. The people that work here, the people that are moving into here, we're all about the same age, and it's just a wonderful experience to go down to lunch or dinner and sit down with someone and they become your friend.
Holly and H.J.'s son and daughter-in-law feel like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders because they know their parents are receiving the support they need while residing at Atria Senior Living.
It's so comforting to know that here at Atria, people are looking out for my parents. One of the first times when I called my parents here, one of the greatest things to ever hear them say was, "We have to call you back." And it was just, it was almost a weight lifted off that you knew that they were just having fun and we didn't have to worry about them all the time.
It's as if this is their part 2 of their life. They're doing things they've never done before, or things they haven't done in so many years, and we can't even explain how good it makes us feel knowing they truly are having so much fun in these golden years. It's been great to watch. And now we know how much fun it is, and we would love to live here when we're their age too.
No two people are alike, and not every person shares the same needs. Each care option at Atria is designed to help individuals reach their potential.
Independent living is when somebody moves into our community and takes advantage of the amenities that we're offering. Assisted living and supportive living are essentially the same thing. It's when we're providing the care for a resident. And when they're living with us, the service is being provided by Atria in a discreet manner in the privacy of their own apartment. Certain communities offer memory care neighborhoods. We call them life guidance neighborhoods within the community. The residents that would reside in memory care are people with Alzheimer's, memory impairment, dementia. As a resident's needs change, it's very easy to make those transitions to either memory care or to another community, because once you're within the Atria family, we have so many resources that we can help the family make that transition pretty smoothly.
Atria Senior Living is the second largest senior living provider in the United States, with more than 430 communities in 45 states and 7 Canadian provinces. If you're considering senior living for you or your parents, find a community near you at atriaseniorliving.com/TV or visit designingspaces.tv to learn more.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, or to become part of Designing Spaces, go to our website, designingspaces.tv.